exists is a lot of fun. This is a weird one. When I went into this, I didn't know it was gonna be a found footage movie. Right when I saw it was found footage, I was like, this is Willow Creek. Like, we've already done this. Maybe it's like Sasquatch and then Bigfoot, but it's a strange sort of thing. Now, Willow Creek is a really great movie. Definitely check that out. That whole like 20-minute long scene in the tent, phenomenally done. This one, which came out a couple years after, and it's definitely not as minimalist as Willow Creek is. It's very movie. It's very, very Hollywood. And it's very strange because this is the same director as the Blair Witch Project. It has the shitty music that we put into found footage movies, which seems so counterproductive to me. And in this one, they show the creature a little bit more than you should, and the effects aren't as good as you'd want them to be. When they show them this quickly, and then you look at Blair Witch and you're like, okay, they got away in this whole movie without showing the creature. And then this one, it's like, you see like a snippet pretty early on. And then you kind of get the feeling, okay, this is just gonna be a guy in a rubber suit. Despite that, this is, like I said, it's a movie and it's a really fun ass movie. This is definitely something you want, like a giant bucket of popcorn and just like this tub of iced tea next to you, just like. Now, it's a very strangely driven movie emotionally. A lot of these characters are extremely annoying, extreme cutouts. The black guy, for example, like at the beginning of it, I'm like, it's almost like racist. I'm like, wow. The things that we can write for black people and the things we have them spew out of their mouth in their performance. Now, with a lot of the characters, there's a big like gender differentiation. It was almost like when I saw It Comes at Night, like the primitiveness almost of it was kind of jarring. It's like, it's almost like this is made in something like the 70s or maybe the 80s. How come the women in this movie are like so weak? There's not a lot of charisma to them. They don't seem to fight back. But here's the thing. When this movie starts, you have to get through the found footage trope of we are going to have this person do all these stupid things and then they need to be all a little quirky. And this is a thing that I totally understand when people hate found footage movies, because the first 20 minutes is unbelievably derivative. Now, I totally get that. I hate it too. I find once these people are put in a situation, it gets a lot better. Now in this one, it does exactly that. When things are going pretty well, when we're in the beginning and they're going into the cabin, I'm sort of thinking, okay, these guys are just getting unbelievably annoying. The dude with like the 19th century mustache is bugging the shit out of me. Can he go fuck away? Right when they're getting vulnerable, it's like almost like the direction, the performances skyrocket. Amazingly impressive, the performances that come out of these people when they are panicking. That whole attic scene, when they have to go into the underground attic, basically Bigfoot is above, it's chilling. But on top of that, it's like, well, when it's chilling, it's also unbelievably silly, because one thing I wanted it to do was get someone who's super, 7 footers, over 7 feet. Get someone who is really towering to get into this Bigfoot suit. And then when you see it kind of walking up the balcony, it just looks like it's someone who's like 5'5". I'm like, this should not be the case. It's Bigfoot, not Littlefoot. It gets a little bit goofy in these particular moments. There's, I swear, a scene where basically the black guy is like running from him. There's a part where Bigfoot just, he like sprints out like an Olympian through the smoke, just in all of his beautiful glory. When it's like this dude in a like furry suit is like chasing this dude. Now, despite that, I think this has excellent action, excellent acting. It doesn't seem to end. It really throws a bunch of endings at you. You think it's gonna end that they're in the attic, then it's gonna go into this trailer, then we run into this other person, and then go into the Bigfoot's like lair sort of thing. Never stops, and it's just an adrenaline rush. It scares you, it makes you laugh, it's cheap, it is precious. It's very precious. I think you would really like this movie. This is definitely a movie to watch with friends, I think, because there's so many moments where you're gonna be freaked out, and then there's moments people are not acting the way they should, and then there's moments they are trying to win an Oscar here. And it's a nice mix. And I think the effects are, again, they're very lopsided. I don't think the suit and the sort of makeup effects are particularly strong. The way they filmed it and the sound effects that come out of them, I thought really ended up working. There's this inexplicable ending where the surviving people are forced into something. It felt a little weird because we have not established these creatures, these humanoid people, think like humans, are as intelligent as humans. It's like, do they feel revenge? Do they feel jealousy? And do they feel forgiveness? This is kind of just like a big bear, and the way it acts and the things it does. And then it starts to do a lot more civilized things, a lot more things that take a more developed mind, and it seemed a little off. I don't think it was warranting of introducing those things. So that's about it. I think you should definitely check this out. Definitely check out Willow Creek. Basically, if you want to be really scared, if you want your adrenaline to pump like motherfucking hell, see Willow Creek. But if you got some friends, you got some keggers, you got some popcorn, see this one. I think you'll really get into it. So that's about it. Who are we? Who are you? See you next time.